If we have a microphone to go around, we can take a few questions on leadership and development. Let's focus on leadership and development. If we have a few questions, we can try to answer to the best of our ability. But don't ask me too hard questions. I'm a simple guy. Okay. The microphone is not working. Give her a good microphone. Proceed.
His Excellency, the Deputy President, all dignitaries present, and my fellow students, good afternoon. I'm Godina Jilani, aka Rekatili Women.
Very good.
The Gender, Social Welfare, and Special Needs Representative of Pwani University. My question to the Deputy President is, who will come to the aid of our male students? Because the men,
Please repeat the question. It got lost in the clapping.
my question to the Deputy President is, who will come to the aid of our male students? Because men help women. Women help fellow women, and the boy child is left for God.
Thank you.
Recently, we had a case at the university. And just the other day, at our very own university, we got a suicide note from one of our male students. My suggestion is, if possible, talk to the second lady, Dr. Gachagua, so that she can work closely with the guidance and counseling office in our universities. And by extension, my office, the Gender and Social Welfare Representative, so that we can mentor strong leadership, because I believe a stable mind is equal to stable future leadership. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mekatalili Wamwenza. But I thought Pastor Dorcas was here to talk to you. She wasn't here? I think she was here, isn't it? But I agree, who will help the male? The boy child in Kenya is in trouble. And the boy child needs affirmative action. Hao madada zetu wametukalia sana siku hizi. I think the intervention for the girl child worked so hard. Vijana wakasaulika. Maisha ya mtoto wa kiume ni mlima kutoka kuzaliwa kwake mpaka kufa. Because lazima ungangane. Lazima ufanye nini? Because our warembo wetu, our sisters, these beautiful girls, if life became very difficult, she knocks the first house, the second and the third. Chances are somebody will open for her. Wewe ukigonga mlango ya kwanza ya pili utaitiwa polisi. Ni kweli ama ni uongo? So we really need also the boy child. Much as we are talking of affirmative action, we must believe in ourselves. And we cannot afford to give up to depression and suicide. It is true what Mekatabili is saying. We are having many suicide cases across the country and in our universities, where our young people, especially the men, give up because of the challenges of life. I want to encourage you, Vice Chancellor, please strengthen your counseling unit and work with the student leadership. Let us have psychologists, let us have pastors and imams to talk to our young people. My request and appeal to you as young people, when the world becomes too tough, when the going becomes rough, when you are having challenges, don't withdraw into yourself. Please speak out. When you speak out, you let off, and somebody will hear you. Many of the cases of suicide, 90% of them, if the people suffering severe depression and stress, mental stress, had chosen to share with a close friend, with a pastor, with an imam, with a lecturer, with somebody whom you think cares, those suicides would have been avoided. I want to appeal to you, please, don't suffer in silence. speak out. I'll ask Pastor Dorcas to get in touch. Mekatalidi, utanipatia namba yako. Nitamwambia muongee. I think one of my people can pick her number. Muongee, and we see how we can help each other. But I want you to speak out. Please don't suffer in silence. Silence is killing. Don't carry the entire load. Too heavy for you. If you find that you are getting mentally disturbed because of what is around you and your life, probably you have no school fees and your parents are not able, and you feel embarrassed when you are deferred, and you suffer in silence, you sink into depression, you are likely to lead to a mental breakdown, and that is what resorts to insanity or suicide. Please, let's speak out. Another question? Sasa kijana ya kiume kwanza, sasa affirmative action. Because we gave a girl, now give a guy there.
Yes. Your Excellency, Deputy President, comrades, habari zenu. My name is Caleb Onyancha. I'm from Kisii County. So here goes my question. I'm a young guy, a hustler, who has got a burning desire of venturing into leadership. Actually, the Deputy President, I want to vie for the Member of Parliament for Basi constituency. But here is the challenge. We as young people, we are not believed by the society. Society tuamini, kwa seduce ni ngumu. So, Your Excellency, talk to me. How can I make the society to believe that I have got the potential of leading them as a young guy? Because I'm young and energetic, yes, and I can do it. I can.
You have the potential, I have no doubt, but you must begin by believing in yourself. Isn't it? These young leaders here, these ones, they are young people. They talked and society listened to them. You must be confident, my brother Onyancha. You must be confident. I have heard you speak well, you are eloquent. Go out there and talk to the people. Talk to our women, and don't talk to their head, talk to their hearts. When the way to get to a woman's acceptance is through the heart. Go and talk to the women, talk to their heart. Talk to young people. Tell them what you think you know and what you can do. The first step is believe in yourself. Already you have started badly by thinking they will not listen to you. You haven't even talked to them. I brought you examples. These are all young people from across the country. One is from Nandi, one is from Kirinyaga, one is from Mombasa. There is Salasia. He said nobody believed him. He is from Mumias. Hata mimi nilikuwa natafuta makasi nimukata hiyo nywele. You know, but he went there and he talked sense, and people believed him. You cannot give up before you start. So, when you break the semester, kwenda ujaribu kidogo. Ingia kwa kikundi ya mpira hapo nyumbani, utafute kiti ya the local club. Unaanzia hapo. Unaongoza hawa, unaenda pale kwa wasea nyumba 10, unawaongelesha. Naona, you go to the local school, you do what I'm doing. Go and give a small lecture in the local primary school. That is the way. Then they can go and tell their parents, there's a young man called Onyancha. He's a student at Pwani. He came here and he talked some sense. Dad, Mom, can you listen to him? That's the way. Please, you cannot give up unless you first try. So, kwenda ujaribu, si ndio? Haya, chukua namba hiyo kijana, tutampigia simu. I'll connect you with a few leaders hapo Kisii wakusaidie. Akina Sivana Sosoro wakupatie a few ideas. Si ndio? So we'll be able to do that. 2 more questions. One lady and then one man. Give one girl.
Your Excellency Rigiji, kwa majina ni Kuloba Kuloba. Rigiji, umesema kwamba Ruto unamuadmire. Mimi nataka kusema hapa sahi kwamba mimi ninakuadmire.
Asante. Asante.
Your Excellency Rigiji, umetoka kuongea mambo ya busara sana hapa, ukasema kwamba kulikuwa na deep state ilikuwa inawasumbua. Swali langu ni je, na ukaprofesa ukasema kwamba kutakuwa na president kutoka hapa, ukasema pia kutakuwa na magavana na etc. Na mimi kitambo nilikuwa najua kwamba ndio ukuwe president lazima ukuwe na deep state. Swali langu ni je, deep state ingine itakuja ama haitakuja? Mwisho kabisa, Rigiji, ningependa baada ya hapa nikusalimie kidogo kwa sababu you are my idol. Nipige hata na wewe picha. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Haya, kuja unisalimie. Kuja hata hiyo vijana kuja.
Shawi.
Haya, wapi photographer? Haya, kuja.
Nothing to discuss, cause I think
nimeona. Haya. Hii kijana, alafu tafute umpatie hiyo picha. Let me assure you, my brother, the system and the deep state nonsense was buried, dead, never to be resurrected in Kenyan politics on the 9th of August 2022. The power belongs to the people. The sovereignty of this country, Article 1 of the Constitution, rests with the people of Kenya. It is the people of Kenya in a democratic process who will decide who will lead them. The chiefs of this world have no role. The police officers of this nation have no role. Never again shall this country, at least for the time President William Ruto and I are in charge, shall we ever allow government functionaries to take over the process of determining the leadership of this country. The leadership of this country, right from the member of the county assembly, member of National Assembly, the senator, the women rep, the governor, the president and his deputy, will be decided through a fair, verifiable, democratic process on the ballot. And that will happen every 5 years. I want to persuade you and encourage every Kenyan who has a desire to lead to present your credentials to the people of Kenya in the respective area of jurisdiction that you want to lead and argue your case, and the people of Kenya will decide. And as the late Kenneth Matiba used to say, let the people decide. No deep state and system nonsense. That is dead and buried, never to be distracted. Last question.
From here. His Excellency and all protocol observed. Good afternoon. Yes, my name is Amina Mohammed, the current academic secretary-elect. So my questions goes to the new funding system. It goes hereby. So the new higher education funding model, which the KK administration, Kenya Kwanza administration rolled last year, we know that the model was ideally established to help the alleviate and constraints experienced by the vulnerable students. So factually speaking, Your Excellency, the program has created more challenges contrary to the desired intentions. So lack of knowledge and understanding of how the models operate completely, and this has been occasioned by blatant failure to involve the real stakeholders in the program, who include the students and the parents. What mechanism exactly does your government have in involving the student leaders in making decisions and policies? That's my question.
Thank you very much, Amina. That is a very good question and a very good comment. It is true we have a new financing model for the universities. One of the reasons that made us come up with this finance model, and there is room for improvement. So if the student leaders have a contribution to make, we shall create a mechanism so that we can listen to you, because President William Ruto is a believer that a good idea must give room to a better idea, and a better idea ultimately will give room to the best idea. We are willing to receive more ideas on how we can improve it. But one of the reasons why we came up with this model, it wasn't fair to give loans to everybody blanket. This is the reason. You can afford to take your child to a preparatory kindergarten where you pay 200,000 shillings a term. You move from there, you take your child to a high-cost school where you pay 400,000 shillings a term. Then, when you go to university, the government gives you a loan. Yet the money is not enough for everybody. So you are saying, those who are able to pay from kindergarten to primary school to secondary school, let them pay all the way to the university. And we are saying, again, there are those who can't pay anything because they are not able. Let us give those ones money that is not loaned. There are those who have a little, but they need to be loaned a little because they can pay. So we have the vulnerable group, those you assist them. We have the less vulnerable, they take a certain percentage as grant and a certain percentage as loan. But I am saying, I hear you. We'll create, the PS is here, I'll ask her to come here and talk. The PS has come for higher education, and I think she'll be in agreement with me that we have no problem in creating a mechanism, PS, to listen to student leaders on how we can improve the financing model. Because we believe we are government that is democratic, we are government that listens to its people. We are government with leadership who believe we don't know everything and we don't have a solution to everything in life. So I'll ask the PS to create a mechanism where a few student leaders from each of our universities can be accorded an opportunity to give an input in the financing model, and wherever we need to make adjustments, it is not static, life is dynamic, so is the financing model. We are amiable, we are open for discussion with student leaders, and where they can give a useful contribution that is practical, we can be able to do so. I really want to thank you. And before I finalize, now, wewe Mekatalili, uko na passport? Una passport? Ningepeleka wewe safari pahali naenda lakini umesema kama una passport. Ade? Sasa ninaenda Saturday, sasa is not possible. Aya, wacha nione now. Let's do the following, two things. Mumefurahia mazungumzo yetu? Would you like me to come another day? Yes. Have you learned something? Yes. Do you feel mentored? Yes. Do you feel encouraged? Yes. Are you ready to be leaders of this country? Yes. How many of you are now ready to be leaders of this country? Asanteni sana. When I came, we had a discussion with the Vice Chancellor. He made two requests that I would like to answer. PS, the Vice Chancellor has requested that they have a huge population and they don't have a multipurpose hall. That is why we are in this tent. And I think between myself and the PS, we will look for money in the next financial year, and then we support you to put up a multipurpose hall. Number two, the Vice Chancellor did explain to me that you have a lot of mud in this institution during the rainy season. Iko matope mingi sana. Si ndio? So we have agreed that this road that we are doing, we are going to do what is called the Corporate Social Responsibility, CSR, and we are going to tarmac all your roads within the institution. Finally, wapi huyu preso? Ulisema nipange maneno kidogo? Kuja. Now that I'm here, I'm going for Iftara in Malindi, and now that I'm here, I have heard what he has said. Let me organize some little money. Alafu mtakuwa na bash kidogo, si ndio? I'll give him 1 million shillings ya nyinyi.